So recently this video of A$AP Rocky went viral where he was at a mosh pit and a lot of people were laughing about this, reposting, retweeting, sharing, putting their laughing emojis, all of that. But what wasn't really addressed was the fact that he was actually sexually assaulted. And to me, the fact that this wasn't really a big deal and I didn't really hear a ton of people, news, media outlets, anyone really talk about this speaks to a larger issue, and I think speaks to a larger disconnect when it comes to domestic violence and sexual assault just in America. Because best believe the reason that this wasn't talked about and the reason that this wasn't addressed really was because he was a man, and more specifically a black man. When people think about domestic violence, when they think about sexual abuse, things of that nature, they don't think about men. They primarily think about women. But I was actually surprised to find out that actually it's black boys who have the earliest sexual debut. That is to say that black boys, compared to any other group or gender in America, are the ones who are introduced to sex earlier than anyone else in this nation. This is according to Dr. Hasan Johnson. Shout out to him. And there's reasons for this. I think one of the reasons is because when it comes to the way men are treated and the way that men or young boys can be mistreated, how they can be abused, whether it's physically or even sexually, the conversation around that, it just simply doesn't have as much traction. It's just simply not, it's not seen as a big deal. And this is just one little scenario where a celebrity literally was sexually assaulted and nobody really cared, to me speaks to this disconnect, or speaks to the kind of culture that we live in, where when it's men who are impacted, nobody cares. Because now here's the thing about it. We know he does not have a perfect track record. We know he has been in and out of jail for other things. But best believe, let's say there was a Cardi B. If this was Cardi B in that mosh pit, with her criminal record and the different trouble she's gotten, trouble she's had with law in the past, and even the times that she mentioned to assaulting men, right? If this was Cardi B, there would have been an uproar. You would have seen media news outlets talk about this. She maybe even would have got together with with an organization or someone that fights for rights for women and helps to protect domestic violence. Like, there would have been an uproar. But because this was a man, and because this was more specifically a black man, nobody cares. Nobody really cared. And, I think when you actually look at the numbers and you look at how men and women are being impacted, you're quite surprised to see that more men are impacted by domestic violence and sexual abuse than is really talked about. So I just wanted to bring this forward because I do think there's opportunity to really shift the conversation and talk about how, abuse can come in many different forms, and it comes not just to women and to men. And I don't think it's fair, especially in a society that claims to be equal. I don't think it's fair that we are so quick to have an environment that helps and supports women when it comes to this, which I think is great, but we don't offer that same level of support or concern for men. I think that there's an area of opportunity there, and that, quite frankly, we need to do better. And so this is why I wanted to raise this topic. But what do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Am I looking into this too much? Or do you think that we need to really start to reconsider how we address violence, domestic violence, sexual abuse towards women and men? Let me know what you think. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.